The heal bomb as well, forcing Silent back. Not quite able to find the kill. Illidan a little bit too low on mana to do anything else in this bit of action. And Aloha Dance has actually come up here on the Bounty Hunter as well. Just hovering around just in case anything was to go down between the two sides.
VP showcasing that they know the weaknesses of Empire's draft very well. Although, we can say that Silent is still actually, like 21 CS isn't bad. The PL is only 5 CS ahead of him at this point. So even in a 2v3 scenario, Silent is still finding a decent amount of farm. But mid, G, going to be dropping again. Aloha Dance and Resolution take him out. Lil TPing in a little bit too late there. Not able to save his carry.
Top lane as well. Silent trying to go on to FNG. Trapped up in the kinetic field. They might just find themselves this kill. That's going to be another kill here for Empire. And the first game may have started 3-0 for VP, but so far Empire turning that one around in game 2. And as you said, the fact that Silent's farm, it started off really badly, but I don't know how, but he's recovered miraculously. And Illidan now pretty much just at the same level on the PL and G. He's got to be very, very careful about continuing to throw his life away here in the mid lane. 2 deaths so far, 6 minutes in.
Well, it's fairly obvious that when you have this kind of tri-lane going on, that there's no way Aloha Dance, oh, actually, going to see a kill here inside of the woods. Phobos, he finds Always Want to Fly isolated completely. Rotation successful. Even with the lane ward, I guess maybe Always Want to Fly, I wasn't expecting him to linger in the jungle that long. But still, VP on the board. And I think Phobos' rotation is going to be very key here. He needs to be able to pull his middle lane back into a winning scenario, or at the very least find some support kills, because VP have abandoned their tri-lane now. So before, where they were actually contesting Silent, that's not the case anymore. The PL is still farming very well, which is fine. But Silent has actually made the transition to off-lane. So he's like, I don't want to sit here anymore.
Straight in, Aloha Dance comes to the cover of the sentry. I think he's just on the edge, in fact, and he is. He's going to be able to get himself out. The poison damage, not enough to tick him down. Phobos trying to use the war response on Yoku to turn it, but Phobos is dead. Resolution now on a killing spree now. They turn their attention towards G. G trying to turn around, finding Yoku. Will he be able to bring him? No, the polar charge is enough. G pays with his life. Did manage to catch out the bounty as he came under the cover of the sentry ward.
He didn't crave. He was like right next to him, right? Like, I wasn't just hallucinating that Lil was standing right behind G there.
Well,
maybe he was out of range.
There must have been a reason.
Maybe he was out of range.
It's level 2. I mean, the range? Well,
it's pretty far.
Not far enough, apparently.
Yeah.
Not far enough. And, well, Empire, 5 for 2 at the moment. Top lane, Always Want to Fly coming in here with Yoku. Yoku so far just about to touch onto level 6, and we're going straight in here for Illidan. Ice Charge, though, bringing Yoku low. I mean, if he snowballs across the creep wave, which he would do, bringing Yoku out of the sandstorm, and Yoku's going to go down to a Spirit Lance there. Didn't expect the Phobos rotation there.
And that's why I think he was having such a hard time in that offlane matchup, is just that. But bottom lane as well, FNG getting chased down here.
Indeed. This time the Shallow Grave will come out from Lil. But Silent with the blink available in a few seconds. Also got the Mana Void here. He's just going to use it straight up. Screw you, Crystal Maiden.
He stopped moving. Maybe he thought because nighttime there wasn't going to be vision there. But if he kept walking like even a little bit, there wouldn't have been vision. But yeah, another kill. You can definitely tell there's some nerves in this game. Like, there are some very obvious misplays going on.
Well, just going to have to get himself a D-ward here as well. And that's going to give Aloha Dance the heads up that when he's in this area, they will be able to scout him out. But 6 for 3 at the moment. Yoku just trying to use this space up here. And Illidan, of course, going to go for that Vlad straight up after the treads. So definitely looking towards that farming PL build. And at this rate, how are we looking in comparison to the AM? AM with the PMS, the treads, and now the Ring of Hell. So working towards that Battle Fury. And if he continues to find the space that he's getting down here as well, it's not going to be too bad of a timing here for Silent.
Well, he's got 2 kills, so I think everything considered, when you get aggressively tri-lane against, you're still maintaining more than 5 CS a minute. You're going to be more than happy with your start. And even given the fact that they have 2 very greedy supports, we mentioned that in the laning phase and why VP probably decided to go aggressive, that means that during the mid-game, your Sand King is going to potentially have Blink Dagger, because he's still gotten a decent amount of farm. Even though Yoku didn't really win his lane, he still did okay. And then you also have the Bounty, who's going to have Track. So Empire actually, in my opinion, in a very good spot right now, because Viper Core is not really that scary if you're playing like an AM or a Queen. You can still always blink your way out of a bad situation. But VP, on the other hand, they're still going to have a while before that Phantom Lancer is really going to start to come online.
That's true. And I mean, he's obviously confident enough to keep himself up here on the top lane. It's going to be hard for Empire to catch him out unless they send a few heroes up here. I mean, at the moment, you've got Aloha Dance scouting it out. They are now bringing in Always Want to Fly and, of course, Yoku. Always want to fly level 6, has that Static Storm. This could be the potential to look for a kill if he comes too close to Illidan. It's not going to be the case, and Joku not in a position to get the Burrow Strike off. But still, just keeping tabs on this PL, making sure that Illidan doesn't get away with too much. Illidan, I think he senses something's up. He's being very, very careful. As I say that, you can tell that he knows that something's up.
He's got that sixth sense, dude. When you play carry and professional scene, you know when people are trying to kill you. It just happens. So he's going to be chilling here, just doing some creep blocking and hopefully waiting to see somebody out on the map. And look at Silent, man. He's like, if I can't farm my side of the map, I'm sure as hell going to farm yours. And the other thing, too, is it's very similar to how the Queen of Pain is able to avoid all bad situations. Silent's kind of in the same boat. He's just going to take one of the big creeps, leave a little bit less of jungle to farm for VP. Just small, efficient plays coming out from him.
Illidan now in the top lane has got his Vlads complete and 750 gold on top. So he's going to be at this point where, due the course of his farm, he's always going to be on pretty much full health. So he's going to be even harder for Empire to catch out. G, he's had a bit more of a peaceful time here in the mid lane. Has died 3 times so far this game. It's the kind of hate on the Vipers slowed down now. Resolution just resorting to hold the farm in the lane. Point booster and 700 or so gold. So going to go straight for the Aghanims here on this mid quap. And now with the smoke, but
he knows they smoked now. He just broke it, so G definitely knows that they smoked. Just depends on which lane they're going to.
I mean, the PL here is the real target. They're kind of doubling back here. Always want to fly Yoku. Seem a little bit indecisive on where they want to go. I mean, killing G again would be very nice. He's having a pretty bad old time. Working towards his mech. It's certainly not going to be the quickest mech on the block.
Well, even if G died a few times, he's still maintaining even creep score with Resolution right now. The only difference is Resolution has been getting pretty much every single kill. Like when the heroes come to lane to gank for him, he gets the kill on G pretty much every time. So that's mostly the difference in the net worth. But again, I think it's going to be more down to mid game, what VP can actually accomplish with their heroes. Whereas the Sand King, his Blink Dagger timing and the track coming out from the Bounty Hunter, that's going to be the huge keys for Empire as well. Because once that Sand King has Blink, you can actually, I feel, start playing 4v5 Dota and still be very effective. Because a Blink Epi with Queen and Disruptor and Track Gold, you don't really need Silent to contribute to that. He can just sit there and farm while the enemy or while his team makes space for him. Like it's actually kind of almost a 4-protect-1 that they can run if they want to.
6-3. At this point, it's kind of slowed down. This is definitely a lot slower of a pace than the first game. Both teams just being a little bit more careful in when they throw themselves at each other.
Okay, that was not the blink.
Oh, here we go. He's kicking off here on the bottom. Lil trapped him in the trees by always want to fly now. Always want to fly in trouble as the snowball comes through the heal bomb as well. They bring down Disruptor.
That's what we call tanking the gank. He blinked into the middle of trees, and then I'm pretty sure he quelling the wrong tree as well. And then always want to fly is like, oh god, I got to save him, and then just walks in.
And saving the anti-mage is going to be quite key, especially when he's this close to the Battle Fury.
Yeah, he's actually going to get it at like 15 minutes.
It's going to be a pretty damn good time. And this is an anti-mage that started off against a potentially nasty, aggressive tri-lane. But yeah, Silence Farm, very impressive to be able to kind of catch up from that deficit.
Now, once he gets Battle Fury, I'm curious as to if he decides to go for Vlad's, if he wants to go for straight Manta. I feel you can play this very greedy if you're in his shoes. I'd be feeling fairly confident if I had this kind of start where my mid was doing very well. My Sand King is halfway to Blink Dagger. Right now, we got track already. Aloha Dance is level 7. Like, everything is actually going very well. There's no pressure really being applied to Empire. If he goes for Vlad's, he can pretty much farm anywhere on the map. And then he can just go back for the Manta style and maybe like a... I don't know if he needs BKB. He'll probably need BKB once the Phantom Lancer gets Diffusal. But up until that point, he can just go like Manta Basher or something.
Phobos coming up to join FNG, but a lower dance scouting it out. Silent will simply blink himself away. Doesn't want to risk getting caught out here by the Tusk and the CM. And he certainly won't be. A lower dance retreating back and maybe looking for more elsewhere across the map. Resolution now with the Yoga Club on top of the point booster. And very close to picking up the penultimate component here of the Aghanims. So he's going to have an Aghanims at a very, very good timing on the Queen.
Yeah, 15, 16 minutes probably. No, actually... He still needs, what, 1,200?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
So
probably
just
going to be
under
like
12.
4 or 5 minutes, something like that. But once he gets it out, probably going to see Empire start going a little bit more aggressive. Also probably waiting on that Blink Dagger from Yoku. And VP, you can tell, man, they're a little bit rattled after the learning phase. They are not really trying to do anything. They're just all farming. Maybe waiting for the mech, which G is about 200 gold away from. But even once they get mech, they're going to have a very small window to where G has mech and the Sand King still doesn't have Blink. Once that window is gone, the mech is going to offset a little bit of the damage, but I think with Queen and Disruptor together...
Bottom lane.
Yeah, here we go.
He's in a lot of trouble. They've got the glimpse. They're just going to drop down the Static Storm for this one, but he was able to cast the Shallow Grave before he was brought back, and off the back of that, Lil's going to live. Doppelganger forward here from Illidan. With the help of Phobos, they'll look for the Disruptor, and they will find him. Sonic Wave coming out there from Resolution, but other than that, there's nothing else to follow up. And VP take the kill and get away with it scot-free here on the bottom lane.
So I think I've realized why Lil wasn't using Grave earlier. It's because he only wanted to use it on himself. And G, middle lane. I think he's going to go down here. Oh, the Mana Void!
The Mana Void indeed, too much. They will find Resolution. Illidan, can he get himself out of this one? No, he can't. Silent, the lower dance, and the gang got it sorted. So they do manage to find the kill on Resolution, but the fact that these kills are going towards Silent, he's got that Battle Fury now. He's got 1,100 on top of it with the treads. I mean, it's all about the farm game here, really, between the PL and the anti-mage. If we have a look at the net worth so far, it is very even between the two of them. Silent with just a slight edge, but it certainly feels like this is Silent versus Illidan.
More or less, yeah. That's what it's going to turn into. The thing is, though, Resolution and Yoku can still help out tremendously. I think it's actually more like Silent. Or no. It's going to be VP versus Silent.
Okay.
Much.
Okay, well.
Like, his team is still going to do a lot for him, though. That's the thing.
But
like,
at the end of the day,
when you have heroes like Dazzle and Viper, they're known for kind of just like trying to do 5-man Dota. You sustain a bit with your heal, and then you try to take team fights and push. But when you're playing up against Rat, they're not very good heroes. Like, Viper is terrible against Rat, and so is Dazzle. So if you just avoid the confrontations, and Empire just want to play with their dual core with Queen and AM and just blink around and split farm, VP are going to have a very hard time playing into that.
Smoke up now from the side of Empire. Still 30 seconds before they put a Sonic Wave, but smoke on smoke. They're going to find each other now onto Lil. They've dropped down the Static Storm here. And the snowball out, though. DK Phobos picking up Lil, buying him some time. G getting off the Viper Striker now, looking to always want to fly. Will find himself one kill. Silent there with the Mana Void. Was able to pick off the Crystal Maiden. FNG hits the deck. And again, a lot of things being thrown down, but nothing more to come of it. Just this 1-for-1. Although our dance has been scouted out, these shards are going to trap him. They're going to be able to get themselves in. He hasn't got the invis for a couple of seconds. And oh! Is he really going to get away with this? They've not got any more to text. They haven't got any more. Just as he came off cooldown, Aloha does able to sneak himself out.
That is...
Very lucky, man.
That is a kick in the gut right there. That hurts so bad to not be able to get that kill. Now Vlad's now completed up here on Silence Anti-Mage. Oh, Epicenter coming in, top lane here, Yoku. He's going to clear out the illusions. See you later, Illidan.
Resolution with the very nicely done by Yoku. That's a way to come in with the blink. 1,100 gold as well.
Yep.
Off the back of that.
I mean, the track gold, there wasn't a track there, but
no.
The track gold is the primary reason why all these skirmishes are going to heavily favor Empire. And they're getting away with murder. Like, their composition was so greedy. Like, Sand King, Bounty Hunter together, the top lane, Silent still farms. Like, looking at the draft, I would have said that VP most likely would just crush the laning phase. Maybe mid would be the only lane that would be contested really hard, because Aloha Dance, that would be the one place where he